Hey boys and girls, Dirty Works 25 bringing you your F1 report here in the GLC. Where were we? Yes, we were in Austria. We're in Austria, right? And it was fun. It really was. Not a track I'm too familiar with, but quite a fun track. To be honest with you, no major dramas with it. To be honest with you, apart from other cars on track, which is pretty much every race, isn't it? We've got to get around the track and we've got to get around without hitting anybody, and it never happens. Something else comes up, doesn't it? But hey ho, that is racing. So news. First thing we've got news. We have got not one, but two. Yes, two people. Two new racers. Yes, Manor Racing has recruited Inlaid Minotaur as one, and Ronaldo 88 have come and joined the party and joined the family. Already GLC members, but joined the family within the F1. So welcome to them guys to the F1, and what a cracking night they had. Settled in really well and raced really well. So yeah, good on them. So Manor Racing finally up and running and off the grounds, and all the best wishes to them. Never know, they might win the season if Mercedes, Ferrari and everyone else crash. You never know. You don't know what's around the corner, do we? After all, it's the GLC and it is F1. So that's the news. Not much else happening apart from the news. Some interesting things happened in the race. Little things. MGT 1990 got myself a 5-place grid penalty for clipping me during quali. It was a miscommunication between me and Matt. I knew it was coming. I took myself off track. He thought I was braking, clipped my wheel, didn't get damaged, but it was enough for him to get a penalty. So I felt a bit bad with that. But it's racing. It's F1. That's all I'll say. We've had a few new guidelines put out to the team to make things a lot smoother. So team captains, lids on, head screwed on nice and tight. You have responsibility. Don't let it go to your heads though. Yeah? Ewoks always have the last word. So, what else is happening? Again, MGT. Mate, the guy is going for a record. Okay? How many pit stops can you have in a race? What do you reckon? How many? Try 7. 7 pit stops in one race. I don't know a guy who goes through tyres as fast as Matt does. I don't know what he does. I don't know whether he douses them in petroleum and sets them on fire, then takes off out the pits. I don't know what he does. But 7 pit stops in a race. And at one point, I think he lasted 3 laps on a set of tyres. So God knows what he's doing. This is an official request for help. Matt needs help with his tyres. So everyone listening, Matt needs help. Okay. Race started pretty well. It really, really did. Kind of overcast, you know. But anytime I race in Austria, even on like time trials, practice, it's always overcast. It's never like a glorious sunny day. Now the sun did come out later on in the race, but it always seems to start overcast, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Game setting, what have you. Now saying that it did get a little bit sunny, we did get some rain. We got some rain in Austria, and no one saw it coming. I got caught out. I just passed the pits, literally first corner, and it's teaming it down, and it came on really quick. And this even came up in party. Somebody actually said how quick the rain came on. It went from literally just a few spits on the screen to rain. Now it wasn't wet, so it was intermediate weather, but nevertheless, you know, it did prove tricky. I know myself, maybe a couple of others, did not cope very well with the rain. Being that it's not a very well raced track, or not, you know, it's not a track that's raced often. So something to learn from that is get dug into the tracks that that are coming up in the weeks and the weeks ahead, and try them in the rain, race them in the rain. Everybody likes to go fast. Everybody hits the tracks dry, gets on the time trials nice and dry to get blistering times, which is all good and well because it's fun going fast and in the dry. However, as we've seen so far this season, the rain can throw up a few wobblies. and with spectacular fashion. Now, despite the rain and everything else, we did have a few spins and, so we say seat clinching moments during the race, a few spin outs, and a few incidents that are getting looked into by the admin. And that's what's going to happen. It makes it dramatic, and it makes a bloody good replay. It really does. We see some of the spins and stuff. Looney had an interesting spin, and that was quite spectacular. He was pirouetting off the track. He'd fit in nicely on Dancing with the Stars, actually. But I don't know if they accept a race car. We could always write to the BBC and ask them. Let's face it, the BBC needs something because they don't have Top Gear. So let's give them Looney Tunes. Pause for thought. There we go. So, we're going to get into the quali. Go through who came where in the quali and who came where on the race. Okay, and then we're going to go through some of the stats that are on the webpage, because there was not really much happening in the race, to be honest. So we're going to bring you up to date with some of the stats and talk about that. So, quali. Now, in the quali itself, not surprising who was at the top. Same names. But the quali times for Austria, the fastest time set for the quali was 1:08.030. That was the fastest time in the quali session, and that was set by the Monk. Yes, Parch Monk. Blistering time. I mean, how you got to take half of the guys who are racing really hard on these tracks and put the time and effort in, because the times they're coming out with is ridiculous. Really is. Closely followed by Binary, who was a 1:08.953, and chased up very, very close actually by Loki with a 1:08.993. That's a tight time between the three of them. That's pretty tight. And I can imagine you put all three cars on track, they're not going to be very, very far apart. They're really not. So that's the quali. Not a surprise really. It's the same names up top. But that doesn't mean there's not fights going on in the middle of the track, because there is. There always is. You get the fast racers, you get the slow ones, you get the mediocre ones, and even some of the slow ones. We get in the middle sometimes, and you can get a good race out of it. And the middle pack are racing hard as well. But times and points are tight at the top, and we'll go into that just shortly. So moving on to the race results. Okay, in third place. Okay, third place was Parch Monk. Third place. So done really well in the quali session, and only managed to drop 2 slots. So still on the podium. Really well. Second place was Loki. So Red Bull, 2 podium slots, second and third, which obviously leaves the first place open. Champion of this race, first place was, you guessed it, Binary. It's not a shock, is it? The guy's fast. Yeah, and the finishing times aren't too far apart either. The lap times aren't too far apart either. I mean, Bunny's 1:10.07. Loki 10.042. And Monk is a 1:10.225. That's during the race, so they're still putting in the blistering times in the race, slightly slower due to obviously the more fuel and stuff they're carrying, but the times aren't increased that much, and it still astounds me as to how these guys go that fast around the corners. You watch the replays and it doesn't look like they're going that fast, but because they're clean and smooth, and what's Jeremy Clarkson say? If it doesn't look fast, it is fast. So that's the way it's shaping up for Austria. So congratulations to Binary on another pole position, and to Loki and to Parch Monk for your podium slots, and to everyone else who done pretty well. Okay, with a couple of DNFs, MGT, Minotaur, and we had Ronaldo He lagged out, which was a damn shame actually. So technically 3 DNFs. I think Matt spun out. It could be a tyre issue. We don't know. The marshals are investigating. I suspect it'll be a tyre issue. I don't know. I just heard him go, I'm out, so we don't know. So Matt, if you're out there, you maybe want to phone in, let us know what happened. We want to make sure that you're okay. Okay? And that's about that for that. So we'll move back to the main table on this, because the main table is looking juicy. Very, very juicy. Here we go. So we'll do the constructors first. Constructors, we've got Red Bull topping it up with 272 points. Well ahead of the pack. Second place Mercedes at 173, and Ferrari on 114. With those top three there, I don't think anyone's going to catch the Red Bull unless they have a bad week, totally crash out, and people use that as an opportunity to get some points for the team. The Red Bull have been formidable and consistent this season. We're only halfway through, and it's going to continue. So I think everybody else, we need to pull our socks up. If we need to take the Red Bull off the top of the constructors, we need to pull our socks up. All right. So there's the official from the Ewok. Pull your socks up. All right. Now looking at the drivers, this is really good. The fight is on. Okay. And the fight being that Loki and Binary both on 156. They're top in the table 156. Tied for the top. Monk is on a 116 in third place. Zygon's falling on 88 in fourth. But these two are tight. I mean, tight the whole season, and the fight is on. It is on. The fight's on track every single week, but that's it now. They're going to be pushing hard, and they're going to be pushing fast, just to pip the other person down and get themselves up into that top slot. And we're only halfway through. What's the rest of the season going to be like? Absolutely mental, and I have no doubts. I have no doubts in this. So that rounds up Austria. It was good. It was fast. It was full of action, as it always is on F1. I'm running out of time, but look forward, troops. Yes! Look forward to. We're going home. We're going home. Not for you, Kev, but you're invited. You're invited. Superior Rain, you're invited. We're all going home. We're going to Great Britain. We're going to Silverstone. We're off to Silverstone. Now, I know some people make comments that they don't like it, but it's Silverstone, isn't it? Whether you race it on Forza or whatever game you want to race it on, it's Silverstone. We're coming home. Expect the rain. Okay, so get practicing in the rain. I'll see you next week. I'm Dirty Oak 75. This was your F1 report. Take it easy, trips.